If you're a wedding videographer or an event creator, you know the most soul-crushing part of the job isn't the actual filming. It's the editing, sitting through hours, sometimes entire days, of raw footage trying to find those 30 to 60-second moments that actually perform well on social media. Culling footage, hunting for that single laugh, that one reaction, or the exact 5 seconds of magic that might go viral. That activity just eats up an unbelievable amount of your valuable time. And any little shortcut that removes just a couple of clicks stacks up into hours saved across months and years of project work. So today I really want to show you something that fundamentally changed how I approach managing massive amounts of long-form footage. This tool isn't some photo utility designed for still images. It is specifically engineered for video creators dealing with volume. It's called Vizard, and while I'm going to walk you through a practical demo, for almost every creator watching this, it is genuinely going to feel like receiving a completely free productivity upgrade. Alright, let me open up Vizard right now and show you precisely how it handles an entire folder packed with raw footage from a recent shoot. I have an entire wedding day imported here. I shot weddings professionally for years, so I have a significant pile of raw files from one of my own past events. Normally, I would import all of that into Premiere or Final Cut, and then spend days just scrubbing through footage, but Vizard lets you drop an entire day's worth of video in, and it analyzes everything in mere seconds. Like seriously, it reads hours of video content and builds searchable highlight moments almost instantaneously, which is a massive time saver. While those traditional non-linear editors are busy building previews and generating proxies for what feels like ages, Vizard serves you up a highlights timeline super fast, and that speed is where you start reclaiming huge chunks of time. So what exactly does Vizard accomplish during that critical first analysis pass when it processes all of your media? First, it intelligently detects the key moments that truly matter, like genuine laughs, loud applause, big emotional reactions, or particularly impactful spoken lines. Second, it recognizes specific faces and speakers within the crowd, so you can jump directly to the content focused on the person you specifically care about most. Third, it auto-generates multiple ready-to-post clips instantly, perfectly framed for square, vertical, and landscape aspect ratios, all with smart, contextually relevant cuts. Plus, it thoughtfully tags every clip with relevant context tags like toast highlight, dance floor drop, first kiss, or reaction shot, allowing you to filter for exactly what you need right now. Now let's look at the timeline view Vizard presents after this initial processing is complete. Vizard has grouped sections of continuous footage together based on timestamps, and then it ran several sophisticated detectors over those sections. These detectors look for audio peaks indicating applause or laughter, facial detection with expression analysis, and even reliable scene change detection across the whole day. It even flags specific actions like kissing or moments labeled as emotional tears, which honestly is just wild behavior for software. You can quickly skim through a long ceremony video, and Vizard has already pulled out candidate clips, helpfully sorted by their predicted engagement potential score. That second point about pre-sorting is huge. Instead of spending 20 minutes scrubbing just to locate a single 10-second moment, you get a short, curated list of the best clips in under a minute. You can easily tell what the software considers notable, because the timeline displays distinct colored badges, red for high engagement events, yellow for borderline ones, and green for neutral footage. 2. On the right-hand panel, it conveniently pops up a focused, close-up face view so you can instantly verify the expression and confirm the primary subject's focus. Trust me when I say that when you have a wide shot featuring 12 different guests, you absolutely do not want to manually zoom and pan around in Premiere hunting for who blinked or who made an odd face. Vizard diligently surfaces those key faces and puts them right front and center for your quick review, saving you a huge headache. If you prefer to be ultra hands-off with the initial sorting process, you can simply let the artificial intelligence pick the clips for you automatically. You just hit the filter button, choose only high engagement, and the software immediately hides everything outside of that highly rated list. But full disclosure, as a wedding shooter myself, I never allow any tool to throw content away without me laying eyes on it first for my personal approval. Sometimes closed eyes or even weird faces actually capture the pure, unscripted emotion of the moment. Like someone caught mid-laugh with their eyes shut might be the most authentic clip available for the reel. Therefore, my preferred workflow remains semi-automatic. I let Vizard find the top candidates, and then I perform a very quick, targeted pass over those suggestions. Here's the exact rapid workflow I utilize on a daily basis for speed. I play the proposed clip, and then tap the caps lock key to immediately advance to the very next candidate after I've assigned a rating. I only use a simple 2-tier rating system for maximum speed. 1 star signifies delete, and 2 stars means I definitely want to keep that particular clip for later use. The goal here is quick and minimal muscle movement across the board, because the fewer physical motions involved, the better the overall processing speed becomes. By using this streamlined keyboard sequence, I can go through 200 potential clips in the exact amount of time it used to take me just to find one single usable clip before. What is also incredibly cool is how the software intelligently handles large group shots during high-energy sequences like a reception dance floor montage. Normally, I'd have to scrub through the whole segment, manually zooming into each person to find who nailed a specific dance move or who had a fantastic reaction to something happening nearby. Vizard, however, already displays little face thumbnails for every single detected person within that group, and it annotates if someone is smiling, mid-blink, or perhaps yelling in pure excitement. This means you can flip through frames almost instantly and find that perfect version where everyone's eyes are open and at least one person is clearly smiling, all accomplished in mere seconds. You can even start multiple different clips simultaneously to later. Later composite a best of reel where you assemble the best faces from different moments into one single cohesive cut. Another extremely neat trick available is the advanced audio detection feature built directly into the platform. The tool is programmed to accurately find significant applause peaks, noticeable laughter spikes, and even moments of dramatic, purposeful pause in the audio track. If an officiant says a particular line that sounds distinctly quote-worthy or memorable, Vizard tags that specific audio event so you can immediately pull it as a perfectly captioned short clip for your reels. It also recognizes spoken dialogue across the board and can automatically separate those into distinct speaker tracks, letting you quickly transcribe and search for specific lines of text. That powerful combination of transcription data plus highlight detection is what allows Vizard to pick start and stop points that feel genuinely natural rather than abrupt and choppy. And yes, because it looks for emotional context, it even recognizes actual kisses during the ceremony and explicitly tags those moments, so you don't accidentally filter them out just because eyes are closed. I was initially very skeptical about how well it could handle that specific nuance, but it turns out it's incredibly helpful because weddings have many meaningful, close-eye moments you absolutely want to keep. Of course, no automated system is completely flawless in every single edge case, and we need to acknowledge that reality. Sometimes the AI will incorrectly flag a sad moment simply because someone in the background was adjusting their eyeglasses, and you will definitely toss that one out. Conversely, sometimes it might completely fail to pick up a tiny but absolutely perfect reaction shot happening way in the far background of a large group scene. That is precisely why that mandatory human-in-the-loop final review step remains critically important for every single project you process through the system. I always perform a second, extremely fast pass on all the clips I have initially kept. I filter down to only my 2-star and above ratings, then run another rapid check to drop any true duplicates and truly refine the selection. That critical second pass is where I trim everything down to the final exact length required and make my final aesthetic decisions regarding the specific aspect ratios needed for each platform. Once you are completely satisfied with your curated highlight clips, Vizard offers direct export and integration options to bridge the gap back to your main editing suite. You can choose to ship the clips directly over to Premiere or Final Cut if you still require some very heavy color grading or detailed sound work there. Alternatively, you have the power to export fully ready-to-post vertical reels and stories directly out of Vizard, bypassing the NLE entirely for quicker social turnaround. Speaking of the social workflow, this is a major area where Vizard significantly beats many other comparable tools on the market today. Vizard doesn't just make the clips, it can automatically edit them perfectly for the required social formats, and then, crucially, it can auto-schedule them for publishing. You can set your desired posting frequency, tell it you want 3 posts per week, and it will automatically queue up the clips, provide caption suggestions, and create a full publishing schedule. It even includes a dedicated content calendar view so you can easily see what content is publishing when, adjust those specific times, and shift clips between available slots all within that single application. Vizard effectively bundles the entire content loop together. Find the best parts, edit them to spec, and then publish them consistently. Now, when we talk about other existing tools, yes, there are absolutely products out there that handle parts of this workflow very effectively. Some photocentric tools, for example, can be absolutely brilliant at culling stills, with tools like Narrative Select being phenomenal for managing huge static image libraries. But those were fundamentally designed for static images, not for navigating and processing hours and hours of complex video data. Other dedicated video tools might offer incredible transcription accuracy or heavy-duty editing power, but they are often prohibitively expensive or require massive amounts of manual input from the user. Then you have some of those simpler auto-clip applications that just consistently spit out boring, formulaic cuts that honestly feel completely robotic to the end viewer. Vizard really manages to sit right in that essential sweet spot. It is fast, it is completely focused on the needs of content creators, and it is reasonably priced for small teams or solo operators. It excels at finding those few viral-worthy segments, making them look perfect for social platforms, and handling the scheduling so you maintain a consistent online presence without sacrificing your entire weekend to editing. Regarding pricing, the free tier is actually quite generous and easily sufficient for most creators who only manage a handful of projects each month. And when you do scale up your operations and need more capacity, the paid subscription plans are structured very reasonably when you compare them against the sheer amount of time they effectively save you. For a vast majority of solo shooters and small production studios, this tool quickly becomes a genuine no-brainer because the time you reclaim is easily worth the monthly subscription cost. Here's one final real-life example. I took an old stack of ceremony and reception footage I hadn't even opened since the wedding day itself. I dropped everything into Vizard, let the system analyze the entire lot, and in under an hour, I had an entire week's worth of scheduled social reels completely ready to go live. Previously, a task like that would have easily consumed several full days of dedicated editing and sorting time for me. I actually managed to rediscover a handful of deeply emotional moments I had completely forgotten about, clips that turned out to be absolutely perfect for short-form storytelling pieces. So, the core takeaway is this. If you frequently sit on piles of long-form footage and dread the manual trimming and constant hunting for shareable highlights, you must try a workflow that utilizes Vizard to execute the heavy lifting. Let the AI surface the absolute best moments, use your keyboard shortcuts to quickly approve or reject candidates, then do that final fast pass just for your unique creative taste. After that, ship the final selections to your main editor or export the ready-to-post verticals and schedule them out for maximum reach. You will legitimately save dozens of hours, protect your creative energy for more important tasks, and finally start posting more consistently across all your platforms. If you are even slightly curious, please go check out the application for yourself. The free tier should cover most casual creators' needs perfectly well. And if you run a schedule heavily loaded with wedding or event work, the paid options are definitely there and incredibly cost-effective for the time regained. I left a direct link for you down in the description box below so you can load up your next batch of footage and try this process immediately. Honestly, if you are serious about growing your presence on social media without having to live inside your non-linear editor every single evening, Vizard truly changes the entire game. Try it out today and start spending all of those saved hours actually shooting more cool, new content instead of endlessly trimming the old stuff. Ambient music fades in.